How's it going, everybody? This is Cameron White with White Light Astrology, giving you guys your new moon in Sagittarius for Sagittarius. New moon, new you. That is what you're going to say, and that's what's going on. This new moon's happening in your first house, guys. It's kind of self-explanatory. Really, okay, I'm a Sag rising too, so like I'm going through this too. Jupiter's now in your first house where you're really expanding more of your personality, expanding more of yourself, learning more about it, and really understanding what your beliefs are about yourself. This new moon is cleaning up and clearing out that energy that you've had, that you've held on to, and it's kind of helping you restore more of that Jupiter energy there to be more of who you are, be more of yourself. This new moon in Sagittarius is going to help you guys get a lot more clear and a lot more like refreshed with your personality, with where you want to go, with what you want to do, with what you want to expand yourself on. So this new moon in Sagittarius is really, really positive. There are a couple other things that are happening with this new moon though. It is going to be squaring Mars as Mars conjuncts Neptune. So as Mars hits Neptune, this is when it's going to be kind of like things around your family, your home life, where you're centering yourself, your parents. Things are going to become very black and white really fast. And as Mars hits Neptune, I really think that this is that, you know, Mars being in Pisces in your fourth house is kind of like, you know, how you're centering yourself right now, where you're living, your house, your family, your parents, all that's just kind of like confusing at the moment, could be causing a lot of issues and problems. And Mars hitting Neptune is kind of like the unsurety and the fogginess around those issues are going to become very clear and black and white. And as it squares this new moon in Sagittarius, it's going to be kind of testing you of like, hey, you are going to be having to get out of your comfort zone and really reshape the way that you center yourself and the way that you ground yourself in your energy. And that's already a normal thing for you guys since Pisces rules your fourth house. However, as this squares this new moon, if you really want to enjoy this new moon, this new you, this refreshing energy of being more of yourself, of understanding where you want to take yourself, how you want to grow, where you want to grow into, this Mars squaring it as it hits Neptune is kind of like, hey, this is when it's going to become clear of like, this is the issue, this is what's not the issue, this is, you know, what the problem is, this is the solution. And during this time, it's going to feel a little bit frustrating, but Mercury is also going to go direct in Scorpio in your 12th house on the same day. And as Mercury goes direct in Scorpio, you know, you've had this Mercury retrograde over your first house where you've been like, okay, you know, who am I? You know, what am I doing? What am I really thinking? If you're just like me with a Sag rising, this Mercury retrograde, I cannot talk, I cannot speak, I cannot think. Everything just sounds awful and super thrown out of proportion. But as Mercury goes direct in Scorpio in your 12th house, this is when those repressed parts of yourself, the subconscious, things that we always don't see, which is the theme of the 12th house, I think this is when it's going to become very clear of what that raw truth is, of what the issues are, of basically you're realizing what you didn't see before. And as Mercury goes direct and we have this new moon, it's kind of like, yeah, you're going to realize things that you didn't see before, the harsh, more gritty, real truth, that Mercury Scorpio stuff is going to like initiate that new moon in Sagittarius. It's now that you understand, now that you're seeing things for what they are, it really is time to bring over that new energy in you and put yourself in a new direction and put yourself in a more positive direction and take initiative on the things that you've wanted to. The only thing is as it squares Mars and Pisces, you've got to be willing to go, you know, work with the water, go with the flow of things, and be willing to, you know, shift yourself and shift your beliefs on something that's more higher, something that's more positive for you. And I think as Mars hits Neptune, that sense of clarity of, you know, right now with Mars being in Pisces where it's kind of like, you know, everything's kind of foggy, you know, we're taking things one step at a time. As Mars hits Neptune, things are going to become very black and white. You're going to be able to realize things, you're going to be able to see things for what they are, and you're going to be able to take that initiative to take the next step. But at the end of the day, this new moon is about you. This new moon is about, hey, it's time for, you know, you to really not just, I don't want to say express yourself, but like realize who you are, realize what you have, realize what excites you, realize where you want to take yourself. And it's time to reset those intentions and to really bring in that new energy and do something new for yourself. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. This new moon is going to be amazing for you guys, and I'll be seeing you for the next lunation.